Welcome to the Bill Levinson Experience, a motivational podcast relating to the insurance brokerage industry and business in general. And now, here's Bill Levinson.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this podcast episode. I am so excited. I know you hear me say that a lot. This time, instead of a 10, I'm going to call it a 12 plus of excitement. And the reason why, just real quick, is you know me and you know Levinson and Associates for many years now, right? And I know some longer than others. Some of you are newer, which I also want to say thank you for joining the call. But you know it's been my dream, right, to build out a true, think Amazon for life insurance platform, not built for us to go retail and sell to your same clients, right, which is horrible. That's a conflict of interest, in my opinion. But for us to build this Amazon type of platform for you so you can market yourself online through social media, through your website, work with a P&C agency, health agency, mortgage company, bank, financial institutions, and be agent of record and get full commissions plus renewals in this case. Okay, so it's been now 7 to 8 years. We started with one decreasing term product, but at the time it didn't matter, right? Because it was 100% direct-to-consumer product built for our agents to sell. And that was all we needed to get the platform launched in InsureMeNowDirect.com, right? So here we are today, over 5 carriers, over 20 various insurance products. And today, we are launching our latest carrier/product called Hero Term Life, backed by Assurity, who you all have heard of. I like to call it A-rated by AM Best. They've been around a long time. This is an unbelievable opportunity. We are one of the first IMOs, and it's only available through limited distribution partners like Levinson. So this is going to be a first for 99% of you, and it's so exciting because today we are launching the product, number one, and we already started the programming. In about 4 to 6 weeks before 2023 starts, this term product will be on your InsureMeNowDirect.com platform, and it's very unique. First time ever you are able to write instant decision to $2 million, okay, standard or better, of course, right? And think about this. In the past, right, you heard of all these referral fee products. You're not agent of record. They're going back selling your clients a year later with other products. So your agent of record comp is awesome, okay, renewals on a term product up to age 60. Okay, and there's no APS, there's no exam set up by exam one. This is all very simple as long as your client is standard risk or better. On the younger, healthier side is what we want here, but everything is instant. Commissions are paid weekly. Agent of record plus conversion option is included. Okay, another first ever. Okay, so you can convert to the Assurity Whole Life product, which is another feature that makes this product stand apart from every other instant decision product available today. So that's why I'm so excited on a 12 plus scale, okay, is what I like to say. So with me today, we have 2 of our VPs of distribution from Hero Life. I want to introduce real fast RJ and Jacob. They're on with us as well. You guys there?
We are. Appreciate it, Bill.
Yep.
We're on here, and we're extremely excited to partner with, obviously, Levinson and Associates to, do what we designed the product for, which was enhance and empower distribution agents and advisors. So we're very excited.
Well, thank you, guys. So I think you can hear it in the tone of our voice, all 3 of us. We're excited to launch this out to you all, to our audience, okay? I know we have a wide variety of agents, CPAs, estate planning attorneys, banks, FIs, all across the country, okay? And this is going to appeal to every single person listening. Again, couldn't be any more excited. So real fast, if you guys just quickly want to just give everyone just a little background on each of you, just so everyone knows a little bit about you, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is Jacob Hilton, one of the regional vice presidents of distribution with Hero Life. And it really speaks volumes to what our goal and vision is as a personal producer myself, starting in the industry over 10 years ago. Started selling strictly just Medicare, evolved into final expense. And that's really what the agency was. But, I would hear and see, as agents do, all these other products, whether it's a non-med term or some new hospital indemnity, critical illness, and really evolved into the brokerage space, started my own BGA, and then partnered with an IMO BGA, helping agents and advisors and agencies with product selection. And there's so many out there nowadays to where, we were like, what if we could potentially design a slew of products without the runaround of back and forth, not knowing what the client was declined for, where we need to go with the case. So at our core, we are an InsurTech company. And we want to design products to, as I said earlier, empower distribution partners and give agents the tools to accelerate their business and cut out things that just bog it down.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
great,
it.
Jacob. Thank you. So my name is RJ Breen. I am a regional VP. I have always had a background in relationship-based business-to-business sales prior to getting into insurance. I then, through a few of associates that were involved in the insurance industry, received an opportunity to get involved in the brokerage space almost 10 years ago. It's been a firestorm of activity and education along the way. One aspect of our brokerage that I've always appreciated is we do work with almost all facets of fixed lines business. So it's really provided us with a good experience and education, and focus on not only where the industry is going in terms of just the life insurance space, but the fixed lines industry as a whole. So I think it really gives us an opportunity to tap into different types of producers that are along the same lines of the industry, but just involved in different facets of it, which obviously has led to our first project here, which is Hero Life.
Love it. Perfect. And let's now shift gears for a second. And the reason why I say this episode is going to be great for all agents, okay, and it doesn't make a difference, or if you're networking or teaming up with a health insurance agency, P&C agency, like I mentioned earlier. When you look at, the landscape, let's say 2022, coming into the new year, 23, right? And, 7, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, maybe you were the agent that said, I'm only dealing with the estate planning monster IUL cases or whole life cases, right, where I'm going to make $150,000 of commission or higher. Otherwise, I'm not wasting my time. Right? Everybody kind of had their niches and their sandbox where they played. You had your third bedroom term agents, your final expense agents, your MDRT agents. And I think what happened, and not that I think, but I know by the LIMRA statistics, is post-COVID, right? Let's say when COVID first hit a few years ago, a lot of those agents that were top of the table focused on these annuity seminars or IUL seminars, and they love the monster cases, all of a sudden were forced to change their business model, right? They had to say, wait a minute, I can't speak in front of 100 seniors, right, from the local Century Village at the Ponderosa Buffet restaurant. I have to think differently, right? I have to get myself active on social media. I have to get a website. And all of a sudden, those same agents said, Bill, tell me more about this Insure Me Now direct product, because I got to supplement my income until things change, right? And go back to the way it was, if it goes back to the way it was, right? And then those agents that were focused on, let's say, the term sales, the final expense sales, were saying, hey, you know what? I'm already selling over the phone or online, and why can't I sell one of these IULs or whole life products, right, post-COVID, especially with these new applications, the new underwriting, no exam needed, right, higher non-med limits. So now you look at today, and this product appeals to all types of agents because things aren't back to the way they were pre-COVID. Okay, I hope not only does it get back, but it gets better. Okay, but let's face it, where we are today, right? Everyone that has an insurance license needs a term product like this, available to 2 million, to supplement their income, or even run with this and use it, right, to partner with banks, financial institutions, or for your own sales. And then I also notice what's happening is, let's say Marvin, right, who's one of our agents, he's in his 80s, and he says, Bill, you know what, my agent or my clients are always going to call me because I'm their go-to, right? And I can sell them whatever product that I want to sell them, what's best for them, what's best for me. Okay, well, that same agent, right, has their clients that know and love him. They're not going anywhere else. Now their children, right, are being referred, and their grandchildren are being referred to Marvin. Okay, and guess what? They don't want to meet Marvin at Starbucks at 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning, or have Marvin at their kitchen table, especially with this whole COVID thing going on. So they're even realizing, I have to change. I need to be able to send a link to my client's grandchild or children, right? Because they want to go on Google, they want to go on my website, they want to run a quote, they want to sign up online, they want an instant decision. You have to have a little bit of everything for everyone in order to grow and be successful, especially during this time that we're in right now. I mean, it's that simple, right? And the proof is in the pudding. The numbers speak for themselves. And the latest LIMRA statistics, number one, it's showing life insurance sales are the highest they've been since 1983, and online life insurance sales have doubled over the last 5 years. Well, hello, we know why that happened. Okay, so again, the need, the opportunity for a product like this could not be better than where we are today. And there's no other direct-to-consumer term product that goes to 2 million that's built for the agent, okay, where you're not competing against the agency that put the product together, okay, no better time. Your agent of record. So that's why we're all so excited about this launch. And we are all set up here at Levinson. We have all of the marketing material. We're going to have a launch webinar within the next week. And again, I mean, yeah, we've all heard, and I'm not going to mention the company names, but a lot of these competitors out there, right, that say, oh, send me your clients and we'll write the product for you, and we're going to give you a referral fee. And don't worry, we're going to service you, and we're going to be around in 3-4 years if your client needs to make a beneficiary change, okay? And my answer to that is, yeah, right. Let's see what happens. You must be the agent of record, okay? I don't care what you're selling. You have to build your book of business. That's your retirement. That's your future. That's your annuity, okay, down the road. So anyway, enough of that point. So what I want to do right now is RJ and Jake, if you can dive in a little bit about the product. I think I kind of teed up the opportunity in today's landscape. Now the solution is Hero Term backed by Assurity, and if you guys can tell us a little bit about the product, that would be great.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Absolutely. And, you hit the nail right on the head there, to where we saw the industry was heading, towards a digital age, keeping up with technology. I'd say at our core, we are a technology company, but we want to not only partner with, the carriers paper, the reinsurers, the distribution partners, to really accelerate where we saw the industry was going. You mentioned COVID. There were carriers out there during COVID that were yet to have an e-app, didn't have a simple e-app. And so if you've got a client who's not willing to meet you across the table face to face, you're SOL in that regard. And even too, I think, probably some agents and IMOs out there, whether it was staffing shortages, contracting's taking longer, underwriting's taking even longer. How do we solve that? And that's what we tried to do. And Hero Life isn't a finished product. We're, continuously making updates to it. We just did an underwriting batch overhaul to where, we'll now take up to, we'll consider preferred with diverticulitis, sleep apnea, anxiety, and depression. So we really want to push the limits on what we can do for our distribution partners to same-day contracting, same-day commissions, pushing the envelope in regards to risk and what conditions we can get approved based off our data sets. The product at its core, as an agent myself, I had over 33 different carriers. Did I need more than 25 of them? Probably not. So yeah, we're looking to design a slew of products to where, regardless of who's sitting across the table from you, who you're on the phone with, we've got something for you, and we don't have to run around and find the fit based off our underwriting engine. And it really opened up a whole avenue for some of those producers, advisors that you mentioned. I'm not wasting my time, going out and taking a $37 a month term app that, I'm only going to make $600 on. I'm only going to go out there and get that annuity, get that managed money. Well, guess what? Now you don't have to. The ability to create a landing page within the portal with your logo that you can send out to those clients that you don't want to have to chase is really, something that we see the industry opening up avenues for organic growth based off your book of business.
Yeah, Jake, and great points. And if I could just add, I know we've alluded a lot to the COVID environment, how it created a need for technology-based solutions for advisors and financial professionals as a whole. But I think the COVID environment also accelerated the confidence and the comfort level of our insureds, our clients, working with technology-based solutions, because, you now have, grandma and grandpa and other, business professionals that had to gravitate towards technology-based solutions to run everyday business or connect with family and friends. So I think that it accelerated also that movement to give people the comfort that you can connect and create solutions for yourself by connecting with your advisor, with your financial professionals through a technology-based solution.
Yep, both spot on. It's spot on. And you know what else I think is interesting, and we talk about, timing. Think about this, right? We're at the end, fourth quarter, 2022, going into the new year, right? And we look at the life insurance landscape on a micro level, the term life insurance landscape, right? This morning, I find out when you think traditional term versus, let's say, hero term, right, that we're launching today. You think about in the past, traditional term, the pricing is always that much better, and I'm agent of record, and there's a convertible option, and, it's a big name A-rated company, and this and that. And when you looked at an instant decision term, there was always a lot of fat built in, a lot of gray area, so to speak, right? And I will be the first to admit that was the truth. Okay, if you looked at the small print, I feel like we were pretty close to having a product as good about a year ago with our last term launch. But now today, right, you look at the traditional side of term life, and we find out this morning, American National, their traditional term product, discontinued. We find out 4 months ago, the Sagicor traditional term product, discontinued. Okay. Obviously, there's a bunch of traditional term products left, right, by great companies. That's the truth. Okay. But now you look at, let's say, the hero term in comparison, and you say, okay, I'm writing up to $2 million for someone with a under age 60, right, over age 18. Why would I not look at hero term? Why would I not run at least a comparison quote to see what the difference is? And the answer to that is there's no reason to not run both quotes side by side. Yes, the hero instant decision product is going to be a little bit more expensive, maybe 7%, if that, okay, in that area, okay. There's a conversion option. It's backed by a surety life insurance company, right? Your client and you, the agent, get a simple decision in real-time fashion in minutes, okay? Print and save the policy, okay? Full commission plus renewals, right? Why not? So now, today, we've come to a place where we're looking at an instant decision term product that is competing as good, if not better, than the traditional term space. And again, that's why I'm so excited on a scale of a 1 to 10, a 12 plus, because we've never seen this before. And how many opportunities come up, especially now with SBA loan protection, mortgage protection, okay? The need for term life insurance has never been greater. And again, the stats prove that. Okay, and now with a max face amount of $2 million, this opens up that bucket. So that is the reason why we've spent a fortune in programming to get this on Insure Me Now Direct. I know this is going to work great, and I know the majority of the agents out there need to have a product like this in their toolbox. Okay, and what I want to talk about real fast with Jacob and RJ, let's talk about the various ways that the agents can sell hero term. I mean, obviously, this product will be on your Insure Me Now Direct site. There's no charge for any of that. That will be available in about 4 to 7 weeks. But even today, even if you get appointed with us this week, right, I want Jacob and RJ to dive into how the product can be sold today, the various methods.
Yeah, great. And like Jacob said earlier, we are making certain adjustments to these processes. So we're hoping to make it cleaner. We're hoping to make it more of a better transition between our application options. But currently, we have a agent-led application process available, which is essentially a traditional electronic agent-written or driven application process. And then we have a client-led application process, which is a process that is made available for all of our agents. They would have a few different options on how to distribute that. There is a clipboard option, which means that a agent could simply copy and paste a link to their clipboard and paste it in a already composed email if they prefer, or they can directly email that application, which is a direct-to-consumer application process straight from the platform. Now, as I said earlier, we're constantly making changes to our platform and to make it a better process for our agents. Our developments are called sprint lists. So, but we have added to the sprint list, and we're hoping sooner rather than later this will get fully integrated into the platform. The advisors will have the ability to actually toggle between the consumer and agent-led application process, and we think that's going to be industry kind of innovative because if you then distribute that direct-to-consumer application to a client and they call you and they're unsure on exactly how to complete something, the agent will have the ability to log into the platform and actually take over the application process. We're all about simplicity, all about ease of doing business with our product, and I think that's going to speak volumes for the experience of our agents and their consumers.
Yeah, and just to touch on that, basically reiterate, so let's say John Smith, P&C agency, we sent out a link to our commercial client and their employees. You can see when each employee has started that application, where they were stopped. We really we're going to keep hammering down, want to build something that can make agents as dangerously as possible to succeed and grow their business, to where if you fire off 10 links, do they just go and sit out there? Well, now you can go in and see where each applicant is in the application. And if you see that it's stalled, we can send a text message and email. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, for starting your Hero Life application. You're only a few minutes away of getting instantly approved for $2 million worth of coverage. It looks like you left off on the beneficiaries page. And do you need to contact your agent to complete the application? So you can see your business from the direct-to-consumer side down to the T of where they are, opposed to I'm going to send out all these links and hope to catch as many fish as possible. Well, what if you got some fish in the net that are trying to get out? Now the agent or advisor can reach back out and get that sale across the finish line.
Yeah, and that's huge. That's a big deal. Never been done before, by the way. Not in the agent brokerage space. So that's awesome. And even today, an agent gets set up, let's say this week, next week, whatever it is, right? The agent can still sell this product face-to-face. They can send a link, right, to the consumer. They can drive traffic to their landing page. So it's really all the above. The only thing we don't have day one is going to be the access through Insure Me Now Direct, which, again, will be ready before the end of the year, which is, less than 8 weeks away. This will be up and running. So that's all ready to go. And you know what else I want to share, guys? We were talking about this offline earlier. We were talking about the contracting portal and how easy and different and innovative it is. And I had our supervisor of operations and contracting they had a meeting yesterday, right, with RJ Jacob and his team. And they both said to me, they came in my office and said, Bill, and as you know, we have over 90 life and annuity companies. They said, I've never seen contracting this easy and how quick and innovative the process is. It's amazing. So it's the same process for you all. So again, it's just a game changer all the way around. I'm not just trying to sound like one of these infomercials. This is real stuff, and you're going to experience this as soon as you get started. So pretty cool. Okay. All right, let's keep moving. And I think this is important too. I think if you guys don't mind, can you just give the 100 overview on the Hero Term product, face amount, age range, just a little bit about the product would be great. And then I want to dive into success stories.
Yeah, absolutely. And two, I don't want to, it is just I don't want to say vanilla term, but a stripped down term, basically. Unfortunately, our first product to launch, we weren't able to get some of the things such as living benefits, which I know are important, which we'll have on our future products, but just your basic 10, 15, 20, 30-year term, up to $2 million, up to age 55, and it is a current age product. So if you are 55 and 364 days, and because we approve everyone, well, we don't approve everyone, but those who are approved, you get that instant decision in less than 28 seconds. So that client can still be eligible for up to the $2 million. it is a standard or better product. Standard, standard plus, preferred, and preferred plus. With the conversion option, with Assurity's traditional, I don't want to say shelf whole life product, but their current conversion whole life product, the Hero Life product, can be converted to. So nothing crazy there, but I will say the process wins out to where our goal is to have the highest throughput in the industry. Even our reinsurers and Assurity, they want 90% of all applications to receive either an approve or a decline in less than 28 seconds. I believe currently we're running at about 78%. We're making underwriting changes. So, yeah, before long here, once everyone's set up after the first of the year, you guys will have a slick product to really accelerate your business.
And furthermore from that, Jake, just to add on there, as far as the instant decision, obviously there is a referred to underwriting feature as well. So there is those 3 tiers, obviously: instantly approved, referred to underwriting, and then we have what's called a declination right now, but that is going to be changed to a not offer, quote unquote, is how it will show. Because we realize that obviously a declination in those terms may be, detrimental to the client based on their, based on that, how they may take that. But I just wanted to add, as far as other technology-based solutions, I know through our experience with our producers that have worked with some of those other options, most of those carriers are not qualifying folks that are referred to underwriting. We still have been having a fantastic success rate of clients that maybe were referred to underwriting that simply just need a clarification of a medication or a certain information that may come through either LexisNexis or a script verification check. So I think that, on top of our instant decision rate, we're hoping by year end we're going to be well over 90% placement rate with what we have in the works here.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I want to just add a few things on top of that. The no offer or declination, the way it is today, is not reported to MIB as a decline. So that's a big deal. And when RJ was saying earlier about, hey, this is I don't want to say it, but vanilla term product in our eyes, in the brokerage world. This is the chocolate turtle caramel dripping with raisins term product, because there is nothing else like this. And I see from your side how you want to make it better with living benefits. From our side, of course, that would be awesome. Okay. But even today, when you're hearing about traditional vanilla term dropping off by major companies, and then you hear about this new product and how easy it is and how it's not priced through the roof, and how everyone, if they're not preferred best walking on water, how they're actually still getting approved if they're standard or better. This is almost perfect in our world. I mean, there's no free lunch in the space, but this is pretty close in my opinion. So I love what we're seeing. And I want to just clarify another thing. So basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if it's a standard risk or better, okay, and everything lines up, right, on the application and MIB and MVR, everything says, oh, yes, everything the client wrote on the app is correct, then we are getting that instant decision. And then if something doesn't line up, right, on the app versus an MIB code or whatever it is, then they're referred to underwriting. And then just explain what happens once they're referred to underwriting.
Yeah, so typically if a application is referred to underwriting, it will appear within the user or advisory portal as a referred. The agent of record will be able to then go into that specific application and be able to communicate with a surety along the lines of maybe what the clarification error was or what further information a surety would want to obtain in order to create a decision process. And all that communication is run through the portal.
Got it. But and there's still
There,
no
and just
APS.
to add, Bill, they're more there may be, but and they are more than welcome to obviously either communicate through Levinson and Associates or communicate directly through the traffic brokerage agency communication to obviously allow us to help them discern what's needed as well if they need it.
Yeah, the majority have referred to underwriters since it is a standard or better product, which obviously, future development, adding those substandard risks. Essentially, we can see on the back end underwriting, they are looking at a substandard, which even times we've had approvals. I'd say it's few and far between, but we have enough that we're looking at on the back end underwriting to see if they'd accept a substandard offer, even if that requires a digital APS or a paramed exam. But yeah, the real sizzle and goal is obviously to get as many instant decisions, clear-cut answers. We know if they're standard or better, but most of the referred to underwritings fall into a table 2 to table 4 range, and there is an option for the client to proceed if they choose, but most of those will potentially require a digital APS or even labs, which at that point, I would say for the broker or advisor, if this guy has to do an exam, we know nowhere out there is going to offer this guy coverage without doing an exam over $1 million. Then yeah, you use your brokerage space products, whether it's a Lincoln, Prudential, whoever you're accustomed to in that space, is generally what we'd advise, knowing that we are looking at a substandard table rating there, and go ahead and get the client the best thing out there, through your brokerage options.
Yep, I appreciate that. And then with that said, though, there are, and correct me if I'm wrong again, but there are times where, let's say, for example, the consumer said, I don't travel outside of the U.S., and then they saw something different, and then there's clarification needed with the underwriter, and then the answer comes in, and everything is approved and okay without ordering anything additional. That happens too, correct?
Yeah, I actually just had a case late last week. We had a female that was taking a anxiety medication as needed. That medication was also utilized for a seizure disorder. Now, of course, reading it through the script check, the underwriting engine read it as a pass-fail. So it was referred for clarification. That client then, through the agent, was able to clarify that it was being utilized as a anxiety medication as needed, and she was instantaneously approved preferred. So a little bit of clarification could just go a long way, especially with our dual purpose meds. I know from experience that with some carriers, those are kind of black and white or cut and dry. So we appreciate that a surety and our underwriting engine is obviously giving us the ability to make those clarifications.
Yep. And I also want everyone to know they want to approve these cases, obviously, right? It becomes a win-win-win. They're not looking to knock everyone out, or else we're all doing this for nothing. So as long as it's standard risk or better, we'll make that very clear. You should definitely have them apply through Hero, right, if everything adds up and makes sense for you. And then I also want to talk about the portal. So the portal that the agents can log into once they're set up to check on activity, is that updated in real time so they can see all of their applications and what's going on?
Yep, absolutely. We've got a full staff of programmers, IT guys who are leaps and bounds more and intelligent than myself, and it's crazy how they can do it. But yeah, everything's real time, from your commissions to the case status of a policy getting issued and approved, and then even to the application process, especially on that consumer-led flow. Or if you're driving traffic to that landing page, you can go out there, see who started an application and what step they are in the application. So yes, everything on the portal is updated. Maybe I wouldn't say to the second, but absolutely to the minute, real time within the portal.
Well, that's good enough. Plus, we'll have all of that data in your system here at Levinson as well. So you'll have both options available. Okay, this is awesome. We're just about finished here, but what I want to say for last is let's talk about success stories. Where are you seeing the most traction? Where so far, and I know this is a newer product, but can you share with our audience where they need to think about marketing or networking, or what are some of your ideas? Where are you seeing the hot spots here?
Yeah, I can speak a little to that. I think that our initial marketing efforts, our initial outreach efforts, as far as beta testing, test markets, were more focusing on advisory firms and agencies that really took the ease of doing business process value add, right? So we've obviously been, and I think that primarily comes with advisories that maybe have organizations that have other base practices. So we've been focusing a lot within the property and casualty industry. We've been focusing a lot within the employee benefits industry. Because obviously those advisors have a day-to-day base practice that keeps them pretty entwined in a busy day. So those producers definitively take value in being able to offer something that is easy and going to offer a solution for their clients. And I have an extensive agency network of employee benefits agencies that I've been running different solutions for over the years, but I brought it to a valued relationship of mine that hasn't done much in the past, but I know they've always been interested, but they just, it's constantly the same story. We just don't have the time. We want to be able to offer this value to our clients, but we don't believe that we have a adequate solution to be able to offer, because the new business process for us is just, it just would disrupt our day-to-day activity. So I set them up with Hero Life a few months back, and the principal agent of that agency basically took it under his wing and said, "Hey, I'm gonna test this out. I'm gonna go do some renewals and see if I can offer an individual insurance solution." And one of the first groups he went into was simply a renewal. So he didn't need to meet with every employee. He met with 10 employees. He was able to offer 6 quotes, and he was able to provide individual insurance solutions beyond his worksite solutions for 6 of those employees. He wrote those applications, and he literally called me the next week and he said, "Why am I not doing this?" It was so easy, so convenient for my clients. They didn't get frustrated with the process. I didn't get frustrated with the process. This is the insurance-based solution that we've been looking for. And since then, we've actually integrated it into their worksite enrollment software, and they are able, amongst all of their agents, be able to offer this and work this into their standard enrollment process now. So that's adding organic revenue to their practice, which in my opinion is one of the most valuable ways to be able to do that.
Love it. Yep. No, that seems like a slam dunk. Any other ideas, strategies, marketing tips that you've seen or heard, or?
Well, in today's day and age, I think it's not necessarily a one size fits all, to where whether guys are selling over the phone or face to face, how are they currently generating their business? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn drumming up business that way? Or are they just working a aged mortgage lead or what have you? But one thing that I continue to, hang our hat on is that throughput, especially for virtual sales, if you will, various, I'd say 5 or 6 man call centers using this product. They've came back and said, I got this guy approved at Preferred. I tried these 2 other instant decision products and they got declined. How is that possible? I was like, don't worry about it. You just got your client $2 million worth of coverage. A lot goes in on the back end, but I think knowing what exactly is going on with the said client based off, some data and underwriting things, to where it's really adding a value, to where on the other side of the fence, hey, I just, submitted this application. He got declined. He said he only took 1 or 2 anxiety meds, which you said you were good. And then we can go to him and say, look, the anxiety wasn't the issue. And to be honest with you, he's not even going to get approved with a simplified issue non-med term. I don't know of a single term carrier out there who will approve them. I would pivot directly to final expense based off a condition. He should be able to get level coverage through a dozen different carriers in that space. So really the value of being able to know where to go next and knowing I've got the best chance out there of getting an instant decision with this client if I put them through Hero Life is really what that I think is valuable. And especially when you're utilizing the direct-to-consumer component, if you're running Facebook ads, if you're using LinkedIn, and being able to see, okay, who actually went out there and started an application and where are they, will generate more sales across the board.
Yeah, agree. That's a huge deal, by the way, in this new tech world, right? To be able to follow up. And what I suggest doing is you throw those clients, consumers, leads, prospects into your Ringy CRM follow-up tool, and that will do the work for you. Okay, you can even send out your link through there as well. So, okay, I have some ideas too that I'll mention, and then we can put a bow on this. Is just think about you look at the line in the middle, and I always look at this with business and personal decisions, right? And you have term insurance, right? That's the topic. And you do the line in the middle, and you have your pluses and minuses, right, on both sides, traditional term versus hero term. And a year ago even, you would have all of the negatives with a instant decision term product. There was a lot of small print. You couldn't convert it, right? Maybe you weren't agent of record, whatever it is. Today, when you draw that line, right, in the sand, and you say, okay, left side traditional term, right side hero, there's only maybe 1 minus now. And that 1 minus, okay, I would say 2 minuses are, number one, right, you're not going to be able to get anyone approved, say, under standard, okay, which for the most part, for younger clients, you shouldn't have that happen anyway, for the most part, right? And number two, living benefit riders, which are coming soon anyway. And when you take those things off, commissions, convertibility, right? The ease of doing business, the ease of process, okay, the instant decision, the following up with a consumer who's halfway through the app. This makes for a win-win-win across the board now, okay? If you're selling term, you need to look at this other alternative now, okay, in 2022, because it's a great option. And then I would say social media ads, okay, networking, working with P&C agencies, right? This could be their term life solution. We can even co-brand a page for that P&C agency or mortgage company or health agency, right? Where you're still the agent of record, you still get commissions. We have a bunch of marketing material. We have one called the Revenue Booster that we can help you get the word out and drive people back to your link. Our Facebook ads are pre-made. We can customize for you. It's all free. So the list goes on and on and on. Okay, I'm going to end, guys. Do you have anything that you want to leave the audience with, and we'll get a bow on this?
Well, just as far as your networking is concerned, we have really found a sweet spot with banks and mortgage companies as well. So if you have those producers that are looking to build those outside relationships and referral opportunities, I think with our solution being on A-rated paper and how clean it is, we've really gotten a good amount of feedback from even those sometimes tough to get into referral-based relationships as well. And we're more than also happy and welcome, working with those agents to help onboard those opportunities as well. So we are at their disposal if they need the help.
Yeah, and the last thing I really have, I'd say, is transparency in the product, to where if you're approving for $2 million and you're under the age of 56 and you get approved standard or better, you're getting that $2 million. We're never going to come back and say, oh, well, based off these factors and our trickle down effect, we're only going to offer you $1 million or $500,000. Or on the flip side of that, all I need is $500,000 and a 20-year term. Oh, I got Preferred Plus, yet we were applying Preferred and it's even cheaper. Can I go up to $1 million? Yes, you can. You can raise the dial after they're approved, raise it, lower it, switch term duration in real time based off what the underwriting outcome is. And, whether you're upselling or what have you, having that feature and not having to go back to a carrier, actually, the client wants this. Okay, well, give us a week. We're going to have to reissue it and send it out. Being able to offer your client more than what they originally intended based off the underwriting outcome. We've had various producers say, I don't really have that quick of an option to change a face amount to that extent. So that's another unique feature in the portal. And
that's another plus for the plus side, by the way, because no one else has that. You basically, your client's approved for 500 and you turn the dial or click a button and it's 750 or $1 million at this premium, and you just click and go, done. It's huge.
Yep.
All right. With that said, guys, number one, I really want to thank you for your time, for the opportunity. Like I said, we're one of the first IMOs, right, to get this contract and be able to partner together to offer to our field force, to our Levinson agents. My suggestion is you get set up as soon as you hang up this call, or if you're watching it on YouTube, whatever it is, but you got to get set up first, and then we'll get you all of the marketing material, access to these guys if needed. We have all of our marketing libraries, our social media ads, Ringy, Insure Me Now Direct will be up and running 4 to 7 weeks. Sage Scholarship approved as well, exclusively through Levinson. So lots and lots of pluses on that plus side. That makes for a no-brainer. Okay, call us with any questions. RJ and Jacob, I so appreciate it once again. Let's all have a great day and great selling, everyone. Thanks again.
Thank you for joining us for the Bill Levinson Experience. Please feel free to share this podcast with anyone you think would be interested. You may also visit levinsonassociates.com and all of Bill Levinson's social media pages for more information.